necessary. Now I feel threatened. That cop wasn't here, and now he's here. Because I'm a customer and I'm expressing me being upset about being approached as though I was stealing. So because it seems like I'm making a scene when she made the scene in front of all these customers, thinking that I didn't scan the yarn. How do you think that made me feel as a customer? You can't explain that. All you can do is explain her and how you feel as though you think she was doing her job.
I'm not comfortable being recorded in a conversation.
Okay, well, and I'm not comfortable with not protecting myself at this point because I felt threatened. I felt like she made me feel as though I was stealing instead of checking her handheld and looking at the cameras instead of assuming that I was taking something.
I'm sorry that you felt that way. Our self-checkout goes how...
Do you want to come talk to me? Because you're standing there like you want to talk to me.
I was just told someone was yelling.
You were told someone was yelling. Wow. Interesting.
Do you want to come around that way?
Interesting. Interesting.
Thank you. Hey Kim, do you have another one for Rachel to go to lunch? This is Coach Katie. She's our acting store lead right now. She, I'm not sure if we're being recorded or not.
Okay.
She felt singled out,
And now I really feel some type of way because they sent the police officer over because someone was yelling instead of even understanding what it was about. Why would you send a cop over because I'm expressing that I was approached as though I was stealing yarn?
Okay. What happened?
Tell her what happened, Stacy.
Are we being recorded though?
I have a right. I have a right.
I don't want to be recorded.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So the conversation's over.
Oh, it's over.
Ma'am, I don't have to be recorded.
You are, because I feel threatened. Now you guys have a police officer because I'm expressing how I was made to feel in your store.
I just don't want to be recorded.
Well, that's too bad. That's too bad because I'm being recorded every time I come in here with your cameras above the register. So I can say that to you.
Excuse me. If you step back a little bit, you have her blocked in. Oh, thank you. She wouldn't feel so threatened. Sure, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. So what happened?
You want to tell her what happened? Because you gave a perfect excuse for her behavior. So tell her what happened.
as it's explained to me, Rachel was watching her, came over here to this register to facilitate a different transaction, and then came over here and said it looked like you didn't scan it. Okay. Paused your register, and then after that, I'm not sure what happened. That's where the customer felt singled out.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right, that's no problem. We can take care of that.
She's holding a handheld, first of all. And I used to work for Walmart.
Yeah.
So anything you guys didn't tell me, I didn't heard it all. I didn't seen it all. She's holding a handheld in her hand, okay? The handheld tells you each individual register. All she has to do is put it in, and it'll show her which register and what was scanned, okay? Not only that, there's cameras above the registers. So if I would have been taking yarn, AP would have been on my ass, period, because they watch the cameras all the time, okay? I scanned one thing of yarn 4 times. It's the same color, the same yarn. But because she didn't see me individually scan each yarn, she assumed that I didn't scan them. So she walks over in the process of making it seem like she was helping another customer, right? She comes back here, and I'm watching her the whole time.
Yeah.
And she walks out, and she stands right here. And I'm still scanning. At this point, I'm scanning my glitter. So I'm still scanning. She walks up behind me and says, I don't think it's scanned the yarn. Not, oh, how you doing, ma'am? I didn't know if you needed some help or anything like, no. I don't think it's scanned the yarn. First of all, not only did you have your back turned to other customers that are checking things out as well and could have easily not scanned something and walked straight out the door, you're insinuating that I didn't scan all the yarn. And you're insinuate that I didn't scan the yarn, and the yarn's bagged up. You see it right here, right on the floor. It's bagged up, okay? So she was thinking that I stole it. I was putting it in there and didn't chart and didn't put it on the thing, right? Instead of looking at her handheld, this is the point I was trying to make to you. Instead of looking at her handheld and seeing that it was scanned 4 times, okay, she assumed that I didn't scan the yarn and it was already bagged up right here where it's sitting. Okay, so you can't tell me that she didn't assume I was taking it or stealing.
I have a question, which is, do you think it's possible that she wanted to make sure that all 4 had the same UPC? Because
No.
when we scan,
No, because her comment to me was, I don't think the yarn scanned. It didn't have anything to do with the UPC. And if it did, she would have said that after the fact. She did not. Okay? So from what I'm taking as the customer, you're thinking that I just bagged this yarn up and I'm gonna walk out the store without paying for it. No. I scanned it. One yarn I scanned 4 times. It's the same color. So if it's a UPC issue, that's what she should have said. She didn't say that. She said, I don't think the yarn scanned. Meaning, it's on the floor, it's bagged up.
Right.
She didn't scan it.
That's fine.
Come on, it doesn't take, come on, guys, seriously. And then they want to get the police involved because I'm raising my voice and expressing myself as a customer because I was approached by someone who thought I was taking something. I have a right to express myself and be upset because that was an insinuation. Like I said to you, Stacy, she insinuated I was stealing instead of just checking her handheld. And I said it again, and I said it before and I'll say it again. AP watches these monitors. So if I did not scan, trust me, they would have been out here all over me. Okay? So we're not going to excuse the fact that she was singling me out. And there are a ton of other people up here at these registers. And then the line she gives me is, it's a hectic time of the year. What does that mean? I asked her to explain to me why she did that. Why she made me feel that way in front of customers. Imagine how I felt. You're approaching me in front of customers, and they're going to look. They're going to wonder what's going on, just like they are now. But you took the time to come over and ask me or say to me that I don't think the yarn scanned. These customers that were standing here earlier was listening to her. So how do you think that made me feel? But I have to understand her feelings, right? And that she's a worker and she was just doing her job at making the customer feel like she was stealing because you saw yarn in a bag and because you didn't check your handheld before you came over and assumed that it wasn't scanned. You assumed that I just bagged it up and was going to walk out of here with it. Make it make sense.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's a very huge training issue that we will definitely review with AP. And definitely the delivery. If she would have delivered it like you said, had mentioned, you know, looking at the handheld and whatnot, it would have been a different outcome.
Not only that, but even going as far as if you felt like that, getting AP. They're watching these monitors. It's Christmas time. Come on. I know the security is thick. I told you I work for y'all. So I know how it is. I don't steal. I have a 5-year-old autistic daughter, and I don't steal, okay? That's not, I wasn't raised like that, and that's not something that I do. So to do that, you're insinuating, and I don't like it. It's wrong. Then on top of that, you want to get the police involved because I'm yelling? I'm not yelling, okay? I'm voicing my opinion, and I'm allowed to do that. So I felt threatened by the officer standing there. He gets an attitude and says, well, because someone was yelling. Don't make up a lie. Come on. Don't lie. Now what do I have to worry about? Me walking out the door and him trying to figure out what car I'm driving so he can get my license plate and make problems for me now because I'm expressing myself when he shouldn't even have been called in the first place? So can you imagine how I feel? Are you literally putting yourself in my shoes? And is that okay?
No. Like I said, it's a huge
So why were the police called? Why was the cop called? No, he said that he was called because someone was yelling. He said it. I have it. Oh, I recorded it. That's what you said.